Yo, what's going on everyone? In this video, I wanted to bring you guys some quick gameplay of the New Land Beyond in Destiny 2. Now, I did try to bring this thing into Crucible, and it was a one-hit headshot, hitting around 480 damage. However, due to the fact that it is a special weapon, it takes special ammo, and the special ammo economy in Crucible is just so poor right now, there really wasn't anything special about it in Crucible. Now, I did manage to be able to speed up the reload time with the No Land or the New Land Beyond the same way you almost could in the original game to increase the fire rate just a little bit, but it is nothing in comparison to what it was in Destiny 2. Now, the reason that this gun is now called the New Land Beyond and not the No Land Beyond is because it's truly not even the same weapon, in my opinion. Although there are a few similarities with the sight and the reload, I do believe that this weapon is a completely different build from the original weapon. Now, if you're a Crucible player or if you're on the fence right now about trying to purchase this as a Crucible player, I genuinely just don't think it's worth the $100 that it costs to go out and grab this weapon. And there's plenty of other snipers that are just on level with it or that are better, especially if you're trying to play Crucible. Now, I have to say it is an extremely fun weapon to use, and it's nice and refreshing to finally have a new weapon in the game, especially one that is so similar to the new No Land Beyond from Destiny 1. So it's extremely fun to use, and it definitely makes the game and the missions a bit more refreshing and challenging, trying to hit all the precision hits with the weapon and challenge yourself to it. However, it's hard to say if it's really worth the $100. Now, very quickly, let's go over the new perks that will be included with it. Now, with this weapon, you're going to receive a perk called the Master, and with every headshot or precision hit that you get, it will stack and increase damage for the weapon. Now, from what I could tell, there seemed to be almost no limit to how many times you could actually stack this perk up. So very quickly, let's go into a strike and do a little bit of damage testing here with the New Land Beyond. So I'll go into the Nightfall on 2025 difficulty. Keep in mind that I am level 2021 and my New Land Beyond is level 217. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack up the Master perk and show you guys just how much damage you can expect to do with this weapon and exactly how it works. Now, like I was saying guys, the cool thing with this buff is that it does not reset until you actually go out completely. So you can actually stack this up throughout the entire run, especially if you're going for a flawless run. And by the end of the strike or the mission slash raid, you could easily have this thing buffed up to well over times 50. By about halfway through this strike, I had my buff up to about times 60 by just simply farming precision hits on this ultimate champion. So as you guys can see, my master perk continues to stack up higher and higher, and really the only thing stopping me from going any higher is the fact that I ran out of ammo. But as you guys can see, as the perk gets stacked up, your damage will continue to increase. And at one point, I was doing over 300,000 damage per shot. So I can't say that the New Land Beyond is a bad weapon. It's just nothing compared to the No Land Beyond in Destiny 1. And it is much more a PvE weapon than it is a PvP weapon in this game. Now, you'll also see that cool feature once it's stacked up with the Master perk, where the barrel of your weapon actually does begin to turn red as well. So some pretty cool visual effects that you'll get from it. Also, the sounds from the weapon are pretty cool back from the original. But now I've got my buff stacked up to about X40. I'm going to go through a bit more of the strike, do a bit more damage to some enemies so that you guys can see the exact output. Now, like I was saying, guys, it's probably going to take some insanely in-depth testing. I'd really like to see what it would do about some certain raid bosses and things like that. There may be even some builds in certain scenarios where we're able to do insane damage, maybe even do like half the damage to somebody's health. And in all honesty, I think this weapon will open up some avenues for people to go through certain dungeons a lot faster because there's a possibility that you can get this thing stacked up to times 100, go ahead and one hit or get the boss down to like half health in one bullet, then pop a super to finish it off. So in retrospect, I think the gun is really good, and for certain players that do a lot of raiding and a lot of nightfalls and things like that, or a lot of carries for that, I think that this weapon could have a special place where it might be worth the $100. But for the common player, I genuinely just don't think that it's worth the 100. And for somebody that was trying to relive what this gun was like on D1, unfortunately, it just doesn't live up. But as you can see, guys, with this Hydra, I was able to take it down half of its health in literally only one shot. So like I was saying, guys, there's definitely going to be some special case scenarios once you get this buff stacked up all the way, but it will require some very, very in-depth testing with different characters and different builds. So maybe in the future I will have time to go through and actually test that out. But for now, I just wanted to do a quick breakdown of the weapon for anybody that was sort of on the fence about spending the $100. So hopefully this helped with that, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.